Well. So, today I'm going to be talking about as a man, you should not be wasting your time watching sports and playing video games. And this is the second time that I make this video because I'm cursed by DJ Ghost. Okay, shout out to DJ Ghost. I rock with him heavy, but I swear, every single time I watch one of his videos and he says this, oh, I check the camera because the worst thing that can happen to you as a YouTuber is that you just talk and nothing is recording. And today I posted a video. I had gone to sleep at 2, woke up at 3:18, got like an hour and 18 of sleep, and I was like, "Okay, let me get up. Let's go to the gym. Let me make a video first, right?" I start making the video. Next thing I know, someone comments, "Oh, hey, bro, your audio is off." And I realized that I had unplugged my microphone by accident. So I was sitting here talking for like 20 minutes and I wasn't even recording anything. It was a waste. And I swear it's happened to me twice in the past week. And every single time I've literally watched one of DJ Ghost videos and he literally says that. So I swear, DJ Ghost, bro, you're cursing me somehow, some way, okay? Hey, y'all go check him out though. But let's go ahead and get right into this topic, okay? So, as a man, you should not be wasting your time watching another man play with balls because at the end of the day, you're watching another man succeed. You're putting on a jersey with his name on it. Meanwhile, he's over here putting in work, building something, and you're just sitting here and consuming it. What you guys need to understand is that as a man, you must be building something. Don't just be a consumer. See, a lot of guys, they're just consumers. They play video games. What are they doing? They're consuming something that someone else has created, someone else has worked hard for and made money off of it to what? To then sell to guys like you that play video games all day. And guess what? They're making money, you're not. And I'm not saying there's something inherently wrong with playing video games or nothing inherently wrong with watching sports. If it's what you like to do and you have a certain time where, you set aside some time after you've focused on working on yourself and building something to achieve some sort of, financial success. Because listen, here's the thing, right? Time, the people who aren't building anything, they see time as something to be wasted. In one of my previous videos, a guy actually commented this. I was talking about how in your early 20s as a man, you should not be wasting your time in a relationship. And what did he say? Oh, but isn't life just a waste of time? So why not waste it with someone that you like? Listen, you have been given an opportunity. It's not to waste. Most people see life this way. Most people see time as, something to be wasted. You've been given an opportunity. You versus a bunch of other sperm cells were competing to get to the egg, and let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, cool. Hello, testing. Okay. Not gonna do that again. But listen, you were competing with all of those sperm cells and you managed to make it to the egg. So you got the opportunity that is called life. And in this life, we only have a limited amount of time. And the time is not to be wasted, it's to make something out of this life. It doesn't matter what you do. If you want to be an artist, that's your thing. To build something, some sort of art, some sort of, to leave an impact on the world. If you're a speaker, you know, uh, enhancing your speaking abilities to impact the world. If you're a builder, okay, you're building homes to impact the world, right? Everyone has a certain purpose beside the obvious purpose, which is what? To reproduce, but everyone else has a purpose for something. For me, my purpose is to help men become better versions of themselves because at the end of the day, I needed someone like myself back when I was younger, when I was making mistakes, when I didn't see the world for what it truly was. And now I understand this gift that I've been given, and I understand that the life that I have, I must use it to leave an impact and constantly be working towards something and not just consuming someone else's work. See, it's great. If you watch my video, that's great. Listen, I appreciate you for watching. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't just watch my videos. You shouldn't just watch Kai Cenat's video. You shouldn't just watch Mr. Beast's videos, right? And I'm sure most of the guys here probably don't even watch that, right? Because this is a self-improvement channel. And what are you doing watching Mr. Beast, brother? Hey, I'm not going to judge, right? But what are you doing, okay? But the point is, everyone is creating something, and a lot of people are not creating themselves. They are simply just consuming. I'm not saying you have to be a content creator, but create something. Don't just waste your time watching another man play with balls. Listen, if I want to watch someone play with balls, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'll call up a woman. Hey, baby, come play with my balls. I'll watch that shit all day. I will sit there and watch that shit all day with a smile on my face. Shit, I'll put on my own jersey with my name on it, okay? And I'll cheer her on. Go, you go. Yeah, that's the only time I'll watch someone play with balls, okay? I'm not sitting here wasting my time watching another man play with balls. And like I said, there's nothing inherently wrong with, watching sports, because if that's what you like, that's what you like. But a lot of guys, they make a fucking career out of this shit. At least be getting something out of it, because that's what time is. Time is not to be wasted like some guys think. Time is a tool that's been given to you for you. See, a lot of people don't understand this. Time is a tool that you get to use that is an investment. Your time is limited. There's a limited supply of this thing called time. And whatever you put it into, you should be expecting a return out of it. For example, if you have friends, right? If you have friends, and I'm not saying to be an opportunist, because I fucking hate those type of people where, they switch up on you when someone else pulls up and they got some type of clout or some shit, and now you see them riding their fucking dick, sucking their balls. Like, bro, that type of motherfucker, I hate that motherfucker, right? No loyalty, no none of that, just an opportunist. But still, you should be getting something out of the time that you spend with that person, If it's you and your boys, you guys should be exchanging value in some sort of way. How can we make more money, right? For example, I hate when fucking people call me and just talk about nothing. Talk about nothing. As a grown man, I don't have time to talk about nothing. I don't have time to talk about, random bullshit. If we're talking, I want to get some sort of value out of this, because I'm also providing value. See, in this world, you can't just be a taker. Don't be a taker. Be a giver. Give value in exchange for value, right? Give value, get value, because your time is valuable. Your time is important. That's why I always say that guys who are in the friend zone are wasting their time, because they're investing their time that it is in a limited supply, right? They're investing their time into this woman. This woman's giving them nothing in return, and they're just wasting their time when they could be using that time to talk to another woman who's probably even badder than her, probably even better looking than her, has a fatter ass, has bigger tits, right? Has a prettier face, and she'd be willing to give something back for the time that you've invested into her. She's willing to invest into you, as opposed to a woman who you're investing into her and she's just taking all your attention, all your time, right? You're paying attention. That's why they call it paying attention. Attention is a currency. Whatever you put your attention into, you are paying attention to that thing. And if you pay something, if you put money into something, right, and you're investing it, you should expect a return, right? Imagine if you just paid something and got nothing in return. Imagine if you went to Walmart and paid for something and they didn't give you the product. Imagine if you went to a restaurant, you looked at the menu, you're like, I'll get this. Okay, sir, that'll be $20. Here you go. Anything else? Where's my food? Oh, no food. That's a fucking scam, right? Why? Because you're investing into it. So understand that when you sit here and you play video games all day as a grown man, you're wasting your time. You can set aside an hour. Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with downtime, because you don't just want to work your entire fucking life. Obviously, as a man, you always constantly have to be working towards something, but you also have to have, some type of time to where you set it aside for things that you like to do. For example, if you like to play video games, set a time aside, but don't just play video games all day, because it is a waste of time. You're investing into this character, building up this character, when you could be building up your life. Meanwhile, the person who created that game, that person spent time building that video game. And now that you're playing it and you're wasting your time into it, that person's profiting off of your time. You're sitting here, you're playing, and like I said, in the video when I first recorded it and that shit wasn't even recording, I've I used to play a lot of video games. 2013, 2014, me and my boys, Yafet, Dariel, we used to fucking game hard. Black Ops 2 days were crazy. Zombies, like, I'm telling you, I had an indentation here. Let me see. I don't got the headphones on me right now, but I still have the headphones. They're Astros, right? I had the Astros on, and I had an indentation in my head from how much I played fucking video games. This was like 7th or 8th grade. And I had an indentation in my head because I would play from the moment I got up to the moment I went to sleep. But when you're a kid, you can do shit like that, right? When you're a kid, you can waste your time. When you're a woman, you can waste your time. Because a woman, as long as she's beautiful, she can waste her time going from relationship to relationship. And by the time she's 30, she could still get cuffed by some guy that, just wants a beautiful woman, right? But as a man, if you're spending your time, wasting your time on all these things and you're not building anything, you're wasting your time on a relationship that, is probably going to end. If you're in your 20s, most relationships don't last. So if you're, putting your time into this, and by the end, you're left with less than what you started, then that is a waste of time to me, right? You have less time. You spend money on dates. You spend money on gifts. You spend money on this, on that, right? You spent your time talking about emotions and feelings and how that woman feels. And it's a big waste of time. Why? Because by the time you get to 30, if you haven't built something, if you haven't become the type of man who worked towards achieving something, then guess what? Most women aren't gonna want you. And I always say looks, money, and status is not the biggest component, right? Like, you can be a confident motherfucker and still pull bitches and have nothing. But that shouldn't be something that you strive for. You should be a confident man, and you should also work towards achieving something, so that way your options are more vast. Because when you work towards achieving something and you actually achieve it, guess what? Your options are way more vast, because women are attracted to that. Women are attracted to a man who's worked on himself. But in order to become that man, you can't be wasting your time. See, those guys who have built something significant, they weren't wasting their time playing video games. They weren't wasting their time, watching sports and sitting here, woo. If you're sports betting, then hey, I hear some guys make a lot of money off of that. If you're doing that, then shit. You're spending your time wisely, I guess. Even though gambling is not the best thing to do, but if you're making money off of it, you're getting something in return for the time that you're putting in. But don't waste your time on things that do not give you a return on your investment. Because otherwise, time is going to pass. There's going to be a day where your time ends and you're going to be thinking, damn, I could have done something with this life. And I didn't. What did I do? What did I do significant? Played video games, watched sports, beat my dick to porn. Didn't really do anything. Like that would be the worst feeling to have. You're sitting there on your deathbed just regretting that you didn't use your time for something useful, to create something. To create something that you can look back on and actually be proud of. So that's why I think, watching sports and playing video games is a waste of time. But, like I said,
There's nothing inherently wrong with it if you set some time aside. But as a grown man, you don't have time to waste, okay? And that's the message for today. I hope that woke some of you guys up. And like I've said in some of my previous videos, I believe my channel is shadow banned. So dropping a like really helps to push this message out to other men who possibly need to hear this, because maybe they never had this in their life. Maybe they never had someone tell them the truth. So go ahead and drop a like if you liked this video. It will help me out a lot. I appreciate it. And drop a comment. I love reading the comments. And hit me up on Instagram if you need help losing weight, getting in shape. Like, I can get you there like this. Okay? Shit, I would show you guys, how quick I got abs, but you can go check it out on Instagram at Optimal Man Coaching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.